What's poppin', people? In this video, we're gonna break down the top 3 different businesses that you can get into in 2018. These 3 are just my opinion, and they're all things that I've tried or that I still currently do, because I personally prefer to talk about things from experience as opposed to just theory. I'm also not going to mention Shopify in this video because my channel is already about 80% Shopify content, but yes, Shopify is one of the top ones to start in 2018. Alright, let's get right into it. If at any point you have any questions or you just want to get an opinion from somebody else, hop onto our group chat. Just go to jointhewolves.co and you'll be connected to our group chat. Number 1 is Amazon. The most common Amazon business model is Amazon FBA. This just means fulfillment by Amazon. Let's say you find a product on Alibaba, for example. You would ship that inventory to an Amazon warehouse, and then from there, Amazon does everything for you. They fulfill the orders, they deal with the customers, and they deal with the returns. What I personally like so much about Amazon as opposed to Shopify is that Amazon is pretty much the second most powerful search engine in the world. So if you're someone that's not good at external marketing and bringing traffic into a website externally, what I like so much about Amazon is that you use keyword tools and you kind of do a lot of research to find winning products and winning niches that you can jump into. And you kind of like look all over it and you use all these tools and then you finally find one and then you just jump in on it. The only downside is that out of the 3 that I recommend today, this is probably the one with the highest initial investment. In my opinion, the absolute bare minimum that you can start with is about $1,200. There's a lot more fees involved and you actually have to ship a certain amount of inventory over to the Amazon warehouse. So I personally think the bare minimum is $1,200, but more realistically, it's gonna be anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 to get started with Amazon FBA. But here's a different Amazon service that not a lot of people are talking about, and that's gonna be Amazon Kindle eBooks. Most of the time when I tell people Kindle, they just think of this tablet that you read books on. But, like I just said, Amazon is the second most powerful search engine in the world, and it also has a book element to it. And anybody can create a publisher account and publish digital ebooks on there. So maybe you don't have $2,000 to get started with Amazon FBA, but you feel like your strengths and your skill set would be really good at ranking products in an Amazon search engine. Unlike FBA, it's entirely digital royalties that you get paid out. Pretty much using keyword tools, you find categories that are easy to rank books in like the top 10 and that are not too competitive. You then either write the book yourself or you hire a ghostwriter to make the book for you. Usually that's gonna cost you anywhere from like $300 to $500 if you want somebody else to write the book for you. You then pay anywhere from like $20 to $30 to get a decent cover made, but then that's it. You upload the book, you pick the categories you want to put it in. Once you put the book up there, it's up there forever, and you forever will continue to make digital royalties on it. I'll put a screenshot right there. That's one of my books right now, and I haven't touched Kindle in like 2 years, I think. But I uploaded that book and I wrote it myself a while ago. I pretty much wrote all the books myself when I started. So I would write a book pretty much every week and then upload it and then rank it in very specific categories. So to this day, I still get digital royalties and I do absolutely nothing. Pretty much decent books should be doing like $150 to $200 every month. Really bad books should be doing like $40 a month, and really good books should be doing like $500 to $1,000 a month. So if you're gonna go the book publishing business route with Amazon Kindle, it's all a numbers game. Imagine if you had 100 books published that are making you anywhere from like $40 to $500 each per month. All entirely digital, no inventory, no customer service, none of that. That may be a business your skill set and your strengths might be better suited for. If you're gonna hire a ghostwriter and virtual assistants, you're gonna need about $800 to $1,000 to get started that route. So if you're gonna write all the books yourself, you're probably only gonna need like $150 to $200 to get started with. Also, huge shout out to Tai Lopez.
Knowledge.
Because he spent thousands of dollars on marketing to make reading sexy and cool again. As you can see from this well-drawn diagram, reading books is going to be a poppin' trend in 2018. Number 2, social media marketing agency, which you'll see abbreviated on YouTube a lot as just SMMA. So what's really cool about this is that There's not too much competition because you're going to be doing social media services for local businesses in your area. It's also kind of just based on salary. If you sign a client and they agree to pay you $1,000 a month, you're getting $1,000 a month. Whereas with Shopify or even Amazon FBA or Kindle, you can go an entire year and just make negative $5,000. There's no real guarantees with Amazon or Shopify. What's also really good about this is that there's no startup cost. Maybe you'll have to spend like $20 on a website, but that's pretty much it. And this scares a lot of people off because they feel like it's just so much work managing all the social media for a company. But I want to make something really clear. It's mostly going to consist of running Facebook ads for these people just to bring more customers into their business. In the beginning, yes, you're going to clean up their social profiles a little bit and just make it seem more professional and trustworthy. However, the majority of the work that you actually do is running Facebook ad campaigns to drive more customers into their store. So don't be scared off thinking that you're going to be tweeting all day and taking wild Instagram pics all day and responding to customer emails all day. That is not your job as a social media marketing agency. If that's what they're looking for, tell them to go hire some like hot, funny college intern. Your job as a social media marketing agency is just going to be to get more people into the door of their business using social media. And that's mostly going to consist of running Facebook ad campaigns. Each client you sign is potentially going to bring you anywhere from $800 to $2,000 a month. And this might scare a lot of you guys off because in your head you're probably thinking, how the heck am I going to deliver more than $2,000 worth of business to this guy? If you're working with a plastic surgeon, for example, and every surgery they do makes them anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000 each, they will gladly pay you $2,000 a month if you can bring them 6 more surgeries per month. So always keep in mind the kind of business that can actually afford these kind of services. The sketchy guy who's selling fruit and weed is probably not going to be an ideal customer to be spending $2,000 a month on a full-time social media marketing agency. Whereas the plastic surgeon who makes anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 per customer, it's way more likely that he's going to be able to afford $2,000 a month for your services. A final tip I want to leave you with if you go the social media marketing route, I definitely recommend you go specialized, being a real estate specialist. You only specialize in real estate media and working with real estate agents. Another example is plastic surgeons. You specialize in creating and managing social media accounts for plastic surgeons. Not only is it going to be easier for you down the road because you're going to see similarities and patterns in the marketing campaigns, but it's going to be a lot easier to close clients because you can speak the same lingo, you've been in that industry, and they'll trust their business with you knowing you only specialize in real estate agents or you only specialize in plastic surgeons. Do you see yourself as a better fit doing this kind of work, where you get somebody, they agree to pay you $1,000, and then you deliver on that work? The third and final one for this video is trading small cap stocks. Stocks and Forex unfortunately have a very negative stigma and a bad vibe around them just because I think so many people on like YouTube and Facebook and Instagram are flexing these like Lamborghinis and stuff like that, like, oh, buy my trading course and you'll be a millionaire like me. And by doing that, by pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing so hard, it just gives off a sketchy vibe. It's like those people who just like never stop texting you. It's like, what do you want from me? But hopefully in this like 60 to 90 second explanation, I can make it all make sense in your head. And this is only one strategy, but let me try to break this down. So recently with apps like Robinhood, you can now trade without any trading fees, whereas previously you would pay like $7 every time you made a trade. When I say small cap, I'm talking about stocks like usually under $15. You analyze the charts and you try to see a good time to jump in when it's going up. And you want to ride that up wave for a few minutes to ideally make 5 to 10% every time you jump into a trade. Okay, we're gonna use DRYS as an example. It's a shipping company. So it's $3.63 for one share of DRYS. When the market opens at 9:30 in the morning, you'll see a lot of fluctuation. So a lot of traders like to do their trading only during that first 2-hour window of market open. So after analyzing the charts, let's say, okay, we think this is gonna go up. So we buy in for $3.63. What we do to cut losses at 1% is we put something called a stop loss. So if it's $3.63, what I would do is put a stop loss so that if it goes to $3.61, it would automatically set off a trigger to sell all my shares. And by doing that, you cut your losses at 1%. So ideally, we want to ride that up wave to make about 5 to 10%. And it goes up and up and up and up and up. And then it's now $3.74. What you can do is move your stop loss from 361 to 370. That way now, if it goes below 370, we've locked in that small amount of profit that we've made. That's an extremely brief explanation of how it all works. But that's just one strategy. The skill that you would have to learn, that learning curve that you have to go through, is going to be learning how to analyze the charts. So doing this, as opposed to like Shopify or Amazon or a social media marketing agency, is one, it's super badass.
I'm talking about this.
This is going to be really good for people who hate being creative, who hate dealing with customers, who hate all of that stuff, and just want a system where they can learn it and be disciplined with it, and then every day follow that system. What's so cool though about trading is that technically you don't even need money to get started, because you can do something called paper trading or simulation trading, where you can actually practice every single day with fake money until you get it down and you see yourself consistently making a profit every single day. Then at that point, you can jump in and start using your own real money. So how much real money are we talking to actually get started with this? In my opinion, I would say about $3,000. And here's why I say $3,000. With $3,000, let's say you get 5% of a return on your trades. That's $150 of profit every single time you trade. Not for everybody, but for a lot of people, making $150 every trading day is enough to live off of. And you're 100,000% gonna make sure you want to take a course of some sort, and that you join a chat room, so that way every day you're able to bounce ideas off of other people doing the same thing. You'll be able to learn a little bit faster. It's gonna significantly decrease that learning curve that we keep talking about. If you want to take the same course that I took, that pretty much went over the same strategy I just went over, I'll make that the first link in the description. Those are the three things that I think are going to be really good in 2018. There's definitely plenty of others, but these are the three that I personally have experience with. And the reason I bring these three up specifically is because I want to compare them to Shopify. Like I said in yesterday's video, we all have different learning curves. So maybe for Shopify, it might take you a year to get it right, but whereas with trading, it might only take you 2 months. Or maybe it might be the opposite. With trading, it might take you 2 years, but Shopify takes you 1 month. No matter what you pick, all of these things have something in common. They all work. Thousands of people are using all of these methods that I just gave you, and they're making full-time income off of them. There's no reason why you can't do the same, but you just have to pick one and stick with it through that learning curve. What this video and yesterday's video hopefully will help you do is give you a better idea of which you can jump into that will have the smallest learning curve for your skill set based on what you already know, your strengths, and your current skill set. That is it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said at the beginning, if you have any questions about any of these, or you just want to get some opinions from other people that are doing this, definitely jump into our group chat. Just go to jointhewolves.co and you'll immediately be connected into our group chat. Thank you again so much for watching the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.